Where you came from? Just wanna know your name. Just wanna show you that.
Hello, my May babies. It is your girl Melody. I'm May.
And I'm Bashay.
And we are back with another banger, okay? And today, as you can see by our attire, we will be having a story time mukbang, I guess Q&A about my crab year. You guys, this is a really highly requested video because you guys been asking me a million questions about my crab year. So what is the best time than to have a boiling crab mukbang and talk about my crab year in 2015, you guys. So I brought my lovely girl, Bashay, to do kind of like a Q&A with me for my crab year, to answer all you guys' questions. You guys sent me a whole bunch of questions through my Instagram, so we're gonna make sure that we get through this and we smash. And if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you guys go subscribe. If you guys leave a comment, let us know what you guys think. Thumbs up, and we'll get right into this video. And Bashay's gonna ask them. My baby's wet.
I see.
I'm literally sweat bullets, y'all. I'm trying to be cute for y'all. But okay, so we're gonna be formulating some questions to answer, and my sis Bashay's gonna ask them while we have the seafood mukbang. Let's get started. I'm hungry.
Okay, so when you do the video about your crab experience, can you explain what that means?
My crab experience?
Yeah, because some people don't know what crab year means.
Okay, so basically when you're a crab, that's basically your first year in the band or on dolls. So basically your first year. So your first year on dolls, you're a crab, and you don't become a doll until after basically the game ends at Bayou Classic. So you're a crab all that whole entire first season, and then after the clock hits 0-0, you become a doll. So that's what crab year means.
Okay, can you talk about how hard it was?
Crab year?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, my crab year was the hardest thing that I've ever had to deal with in life as far as dance. It's not even just dance. It teaches you the basics about just becoming a woman, having ownership, developing a sisterly bond as well throughout the process, because throughout all of my years, my crab year was the best time I've ever had on the team because we were literally all like this. And I feel like that sisterhood, it's always been prevalent, don't get me wrong, but I feel like my crab year, that sisterhood bond was unmatchable.
Wow.
Let's get some lime on these crabs.
Let me tell y'all how geek Melody is right now. Melody loves crab.
I love the boiling crab, y'all. The boiling crab is my favorite restaurant here in Los Angeles. And I usually just be cheap and I just get the corn and potatoes and rice, and I put the little sauce on top of my rice.
But
Fire. But today I got crab for you guys. Okay, y'all, so this is not in any type of order. This girl has sent me a whole list of questions on my Instagram. So my crab year was definitely unmatched as far as the best year I've been on the team. Even though my crab year, y'all, I was struggling, okay? You guys already know this, okay? I literally am the only crab out of my class that came from up north. My crab sisters came from Louisiana, Alabama, and that's it, literally. Louisiana, Alabama. Jay went to New Orleans. Alex from Louisiana. Alex and Taylor from Louisiana. Jay's from New Orleans. And Jordan is from Alabama. So I'm the only rando from Chicago, literally. Not even just my crab class, but on the team.
So how did you find out about dolls?
I literally found out because one of my friends from school literally showed me a doll video, and after I watched one doll video, it was 1,000 videos. You guys heard the story a million times. I just had my mindset that I would just be a doll, so I didn't even practice catch-ons, y'all. Catch-ons was my last priority when it comes to making the team, because I could tell that the dolls were a very technical team.
I was like, you was like, ooh.
Yeah, I can tell the dolls was a very technical team. So, you know what I did to prepare for the dolls?
Shit is real.
Ooh, y'all, that's spicy.
Shit is real.
I worked out every other day.
Oh.
I ran on the treadmill, and I just watched doll videos while I was running. I didn't even dance. I literally just basically try to train myself to have endurance, because I knew once I got the tryout, I would be dancing all day and I would have to push myself.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how I found out about dolls and prepared for it. And when I came down there,
wait, but how did you find out about it? Because you're from Chicago.
Oh, because one of my friends showed me a video and I watched video after video after video. So I told my mom, I was like, Mom, this is what I want to do. And my mom knows once I have my mind set on something, like there's no changing it. So she was very supportive, still very supportive, even when I went to LA. She got a ticket. Of course, I did my research, found out about the tryout date. She had a ticket. Go down there the night before tryout. I could not sleep. I was looking at every single doll's page, Instagram pages, stalking their page, just to kind of get a feel of just their life, just like, you know, insight, because I just wanted to see what I was basically getting myself into. So next day at tryouts, I was literally the second person to show up to the tryouts. I met this girl. I'll never forget the conversation that I had with the girl, because she was out there at 5 in the morning. She was the first person there. She was out there since 5 in the morning. I'm like, what the heck? Like, these people really be taking this stuff serious. I mean, I was taking it serious, don't get me wrong. Down south, people, they take dolls like so serious. And it wasn't until I made the team, that's when I realized that it was like a whole bunch of people waiting outside to see who made the team and all this other stuff. And it's like, all these people know my name that I don't even know. Like, I had no idea. So basically, my tryout process was, it was before this changed, of course, but the first round was technique, the second round was you learn to dance, incorporate your own choreography, and the third round was you get interviews and then they pick the team. Every round I prayed, every round, because I just had it in my heart that I was like, this is for me, basically.
So how did it feel? Because you know how you all have the number tags when you're auditioning, and then they call the numbers that's progressing to the next round. How did that feel? Like, is they gonna pick my number? Pick my, like,
it was like literally I couldn't breathe until they said my number.
Were you at the end or were you in the beginning? Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember I was towards the middle. I was like 20 something. I was like 20 something.
That's a long time to wait.
But yeah, y'all, like when I first tried out, whatever, I made it past the first round, made it past the second round. And then by the time third round came, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I don't have to do that dance no more. Like, I made it past the hard part. Now all I gotta do is finesse with my mouthpiece. So this is what I did, y'all. So like they finally called. It took literally, tryouts took all day. We started at 8 o'clock and we didn't finish tryouts until like 10 o'clock at night that year. So literally tryouts was all day, all like, I had a huge migraine by the end of the day. Yeah, so I was just praying every round, and then it came to interviews and I like kind of took a breath of fresh air. I'm like, you know what, I can do this, I got a mouthpiece. So I was literally like picking out all my craft sisters in the room. Like I said, she gonna be my craft sister, she gonna be my craft sister, she gonna be my craft sister. I just had it in my mind that I got at this point, because you know, all I gotta do is talk to them and that's it. So basically they called me in the room, they asked me just regular questions like, how old am I, what made me want to be a doll, what can I add to the team, and I just like, you know, sold it to them, basically gave them what they want to hear says. And like it was crazy because I didn't know this till later, but they told me the reason why they picked me is because Tara asked me, was this my real hair? Because literally I've been sweating that bit out. Like my hair was a big, like, you know, fro dang near, but it was still kind of, I still try to flat iron it to, you know, look kind of like, you know, okay looking.
In between each one you like freshened up?
Yeah, I freshened up between each round, especially interviews, because it's like no more dancing, so it's like no reason why I should be sweating anyway, messing up my hair. So I just, you know, spruced up, and she asked me, is that my real hair? I literally said it just like this. I said, yeah, is that your real hair? I said it like that. I didn't say it like, yeah, is that your real hair? Like, I didn't say it like that. Like, I was like, said it in like a genuine way, like, because that's just how I talk, like, you know? And she was just like, she looked at me, she was just like, you know, she could tell like she wasn't expecting that response, but I could tell by Mr. Hamer, because he was like sitting back, he was just like, I could tell he liked me. I could tell, I just felt good vibes. And I just like, I don't know, I still was kind of feeling off. And then like we waited like another 3-4 hours for everybody to get their interview, and then finally the Tara came out and she was like, okay, so I'm gonna call the numbers, and if your name is called, go in the band room. If not, take your stuff and leave, basically. Hold on, y'all. She called all the numbers, she doesn't call my number. So I'm thinking I didn't make the team. In any situation that you find yourself in, like you don't know what to do, just pray, because literally that's what I did. And I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, I didn't make it. And literally as soon as I said I didn't make it, she comes back and she was just like, everybody come back, basically, like we forgot to call a number. The number that they forgot to call, of course, was mine, of course. So I was just like dumbfounded at that moment, like, did I really just make the dolls? So like when I walked in the room, I stood in line, I'm still thinking it's still a process, and it was like sis. This is 2015, 2016, so the university is adult. So I'm in shock, like everybody's crying, everybody's hugging each other, whatever. That was the year that all this stuff happened with the year prior, where only Maya made the team for that year, and like a whole bunch of stuff happened in 2015 year. It was like 6 crabs, but it's 5 crabs. So it was just a lot of stuff going on, and here come me on the phone calling my mama back like, Ma, I made the team, like come back, and all the dogs looking at me like, girl, what are you doing? Like, I had no idea. Like, I thought I was a doll, sis. Like, I was a doll in my head. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
So, what was your most embarrassing moment as a crab?
I would say the whole damn crab year. I would have to say my very first game, because you guys, I knew I wasn't ready. But as a doll, you have no choice but to be ready, sis. If you're on the team, you're gonna dance, basically. In my head, when I first was at my first game, I saw Marvin Price across the field with his camera, and I literally looked at myself how I would see myself on the other side of the computer screen, like a million people watching me type of thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And I was just super in my head that whole game. I'm like,
oh man,
people are gonna realize that like I suck.
Oh no.
I was just super in my head, and I kept on messing up. Literally, I was so mad that I kept on messing up. The Tara tweeted next to me, she was like, sis, are you gonna have it together, or what is going on? And I was like, yeah. And she moved my dumb ass to behind Caleb, and I still was messing up. Oh y'all, like that literally was my worst experience crab year, and then falling at that game. I fell.
You fell?
I fell.
Dang.
I fell at that game, sis. I fell during a catch on. This was your first game. This is my first game, and I did this little catch on, and I fell back.
What? Oh baby.
And y'all, it's messed up because my class teacher Jay, after I fell, she was like, "You want a hug?" Jay was like, "Sis, I feel bad. You want a hug?" And I was just like, "No, I don't want a hug." I got the hug. I'm not gonna lie. I needed that hug. So yeah, the field show was fine. The catch-ons was just my weakest point, my crab year. But we have to go through what we gotta go through to, grow and experience.
Exactly. Pressure makes diamonds.
If it wasn't for my haters, I would not have worked as hard as I did in my crab year, honestly, because they honestly did. Like, my whole life, I didn't care about what people thought about me. Even mostly even my crab year. Because honestly, I didn't cry over, like, people's opinions until my band director told me I'd dance like a white girl. He literally walked into the dog room and told me, he said, "I heard you been dancing like a white girl." My crab year. In front of the whole team, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh, like my band director don't think I can dance. I went to the bathroom and just started bawling, y'all. Nobody ever made me cry besides Mr. He can pull out something in you, okay? But I needed that.
What happened after that? Did you work hard?
So after my first game, I literally felt so bad on the bus ride home. I was praying. I would say, Lord Jesus, please don't let them get me falling down in them stands. What do they get? Falling down in the stands. The first person I think about is, of course, my captain Taylor. Like, I'm blowing up her phone like, I'm coming over. I need help. I need a psychologist, sis, and I need you to be there for me. Went over to Kayla's house, and like she just told me it happened. Everybody messed up that game, and she was just like, take this as a learning experience. We're gonna get better. We're gonna keep practicing. And like she never gave up on me, even though like everybody was just like, how did she make the team? Like she made it because she's pretty. She made it because I don't know, because she's from up north, because she's a rando. She was just like, there's a reason why you're on the team, and it's not because you have a pretty face, it's because you actually can dance. I just had to push myself. I'm glad that I got that extra push.
So who did you get along with?
I go along with everybody on the team, y'all. I'm problematic girl. Believe it or not, I'm just very chill, go with the flow. I'll be minding my own business, stay in my own lane. Whenever you do that, you don't have to worry about any drama or any extra stuff. And that's what I don't like drama. Sisterhood, you always have your arguments and stuff, but it was never that big that it's just like, I don't like you, My craft sisters or my team members probably didn't like me, my crab year, or had a problem with me at some point during the season, but ultimately we're sisters, we worked it out. Talk it out. If it's that serious, we talk it out and just move past it.
What was your most memorable moment as a crab?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would say between our sleepover before, I think with the outdoor game, we had our first dog sleepover. Basically all the dogs had to go sleepover at Danny Linkford's apartment, and all of my crab sisters were there. We all got super lit, okay? We got lit, okay? That game, we were lit, y'all. I don't know, it just made us grow tighter as a team, as a bond. Like, we're doing skits for the dogs. It was super funny. And I would say,
wait, skits? What do you mean?
Skits, like, funny skits. Like, we just make up skits for the dolls so they can laugh.
Wow, that is so hilarious. hilarious. I love it.
Yes, it just makes the team grow like tighter, and it just makes us get out of our box. Like whenever we had to make those skits, we just couldn't be like cute with it. We had to be ugly sometimes. We had to put on our acting face, you know, all of that. It made us bond as a team, and I feel like it was between that and Bayou Classic that was the most, I guess, special moments my craft year.
Ooh, you was looking good by you classes, baby.
Really?
Yes. Are you still close with your craft sisters?
Yes, me and my craft sisters are still very close. Of course, I moved to LA and stuff just 8 months or so, and they always call and check up on me. Just when I came back to Baton Rouge, me and Jordan had met up. We worked out together. Alice calls me all the time. Taylor calls me all the time. Jay, I love Jay. Me and Jay were like this, our craft year. But you know, whenever, you know, begin in relationships, you kind of lose your friend. She's still there. She's just gonna, you know, she's gonna come back eventually. But me and Jay are super, super close too. Yeah, we're all close. We're all very close. And I feel like that will never change. I feel like